Welcome to the ultimate action movie gauntlet. My brother and I have compiled 8 of our personal favorite action movies of all time. They will be put head to head until only one champion remains.
So what is your criteria for a great action movie?
I want the action in that movie to be good. But I don't necessarily think that means like one movie is better than the others as a movie, but like maybe the action is better, so that would rank it higher on my list as an action movie.
I like musicals. I like the occasional movie musical, but it's harder to sell me on a movie musical than it is an action movie. And to me, they kind of function similarly. Like there's these respites in between, almost like cutscenes of people like motivating each scene.
Yeah.
And then you want the musical numbers is what it's all about. Like it's just to motivate these musical numbers. I want there to be really good action sequences and as much action as possible, but I want to connect with the people in the story.
You watch and you're like, I wish I was Chris Evans and I could jump out of a window.
yeah. I wish I could do a push-up.
Terminator 2 versus Fury Road.
Yeah.
I know my choice.
So Fury Road was directed by George Miller. The stunt coordinator was Guy Norris, production designer Colin Gibson, and crew. The music was by a guy that goes by the name Junkie XL. His real name is Tom Hulkenborg.
Junkie XL.
The main cast is Charlize Theron, Tom Hardy, and Nicholas Hoult. George Miller, famous for directing Happy Feet and Babe 2, Pig in the City. Technically the 4th in a series of Mad Max movies, but the first without Mel Gibson as Mad Max, which is cool.
What happened to Mel Gibson?
Play the clip.
Oh no.
The stunt coordinator for this movie also did The Road Warrior and Babe 2, Pig in the City.
On the pig movie?
Yes, sir.
They got stunt pigs.
Yeah.
And they have the star pig.
I bet.
Is that true? Do you think that's real? That they get the star pig?
No, I think they just have a pig.
Pigs?
I think they have a couple pigs that they just switch out. I don't think they have a star pig. Unless like, I really like all the peripheral stuff. I like the War Boys. I like all their weird dialogue. It feels like if I time traveled to the future and heard people talking to each other, I'd be like, that, I can sort of understand what you're saying, but this is weird and stupid.
By my deeds, I honor him. V8.
Terminator 2, directed by James Cameron. The music's by Brad Fiedel. The VFX are Industrial Light and Magic. The stunt coordinator is Gary Davis. Main cast is Arnold Schwarzenegger, Linda Hamilton, Edward Furlong, and Robert Patrick. I think this is perhaps the best example of the rule of sequels for an action movie, because I like Terminator 1, but Terminator 2 is Terminator 1, just way better. And then I wrote, the theme, while instantly recognizable, is a bit simplistic when compared to the others on the list.
What, Terminator 2?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about Fury Road for some reason, and I was like...
I also feel like the music in Fury, like I like the music in Fury Road, but both of these scores feel kind of more generic wallpaper to me. Like, I don't think of the score as much as
It's like you'll watch an action movie and you see like them driving cars and they're like fighting with the cars and stuff. It's like that, but the whole time, and it's 10 times crazier and better.
Yeah. It's really like bonkers too. Like it's really extra. There's like they're hauling titty milk and like, there's all these weird details in it. Terminator 2 has really great scenes one after the other, and then at the end I feel like it really slows down because then it starts getting more plot heavy.
Yeah, I don't really remember the end actually.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we're on agreement for this one. Like, it's a pretty good matchup, ladies and gentlemen, but Fury Road's coming out of the octagon.
Pacific Rim versus RoboCop.
I love RoboCop, but I do love Pacific Rim too.
Pacific Rim is directed by Guillermo del Toro. The music is by Ramin Djawadi. The VFX are also Industrial Light and Magic. Main cast is Charlie Hunnam, Rinko Kikuchi, Idris Elba, and Charlie Day. I want to throw Charlie Day in there because it's crazy that he's in that movie.
His scenes are like, out of all the people stuff, his are like some of the best stuff, I feel like.
Yeah. Well, he's just
Most
funny.
Let's not get stuck up on Charlie
I think
Day.
we can both agree, though, that this is our favorite like kaiju action movie.
There's the part where the lead girl, she does like the, what is it called? The Neuralink. Is that what it's called? Like the neural pathway or whatever, and then she gets stuck in her old memory, and then
I think they call it the rift. She enters the rift. I don't remember. We'll have.
I think the rift is what they go into at the end, though, like a little in the earth that they dive into and like see all the.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, then she like sees that old scene, but it like fades in, and you can see everything, and then Idris Elba comes out of his Jaeger. What does that say?
It's almost out of battery. What I wanted to talk about was the music and how awesome it is. That was a movie where I actually noticed the music. It's by that guy. He's the shit. He has done the music for the first Iron Man movie and a little show called Game of Thrones.
Oh, sure.
I think we can talk more about the sequences that we like, but I do want to touch on the gripe that I have with that movie, which is that the characters are all kind of comic book. I feel like it's
based off of a comic book.
Even if it is based on a comic book, I feel like there were way too many characters in this movie. It needs to be more focused.
Okay. I feel like it is good. I like it.
Well, okay. But when you compare it to RoboCop, I feel like, one, every single scene in RoboCop is good. Hey guys, editor Sam here. I got so excited to talk about RoboCop I forgot to give it a proper introduction. It was directed by Paul Verhoeven with music by Basil Poledouris. The VFX team was led by Rob Bottin and Phil Tippett. The lead stunt coordinator was George Marshall Rouge, and the main cast includes Peter Weller, Nancy Allen, Daniel O'Herlihy, Ronnie Cox, Kurtwood Smith, and Miguel Ferrer. Okay, thank you. Kisses.
I will say RoboCop makes you like definitely think more. And it's more like thought-provoking, where Pacific Rim, it's just an excuse to watch robots versus monsters.
Yeah, I love Pacific Rim, but in terms of like the better movie, the better action movie even,
no,
RoboCop has a better action movie hero. It has amazing action sequences. I know RoboCop's not doing backflips and front flips, but there are different types of action movies.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, like, you gotta give credit where credit's due, and that Pacific Rim goops hard, and it's got that crazy goop where, like, RoboCop goops, but like when I'm literally just like getting off work and I just want to like. And like action to be in my face, like all over my face, then I'm throwing on Pacific Rim 9 times out of 10.
RoboCop has some scenes that aren't just like high octane action, but I like those scenes too. I think they build a hunger for the action moments, and it's well paced. It's not like EDM electronic music that just has like that constant beat and rhythm. It ebbs and flows like a more classical song. Not the classical nerd. You know what I mean? No, it's not a slow.
Sometimes I'm trying to throw on EDM and fucking. Can I do the voice this time? Whatever.
Yeah, of course you can.
Spider-Man 2 versus Captain America, the Winter Soldier.
Who is that pig?
We'll get to it later. Director Sam Raimi, music Danny Elfman, best known for Beetlejuice, Men in Black, and paying women to keep his sexual misconduct a secret. Great performance by Alfred Molina. Stunt coordinator Dan Bradley. Main cast, Tobey Maguire, Kirsten Dunst, James Franco.
That's the one thing about Spider-Man villains. I'm just end up talking about Spider-Man. But Spider-Man villains, they always are from like, they're never just like evil to be evil or like greedy to be greedy a lot of the time. They're like mentally unwell. Yeah. And he tries to like understand them. God, I love Spider-Man.
This is another example of how the second in an action movie franchise is often the best, in my opinion. I think I still like this better than the first one, although it's not like the first one is just a skippable one. I do like the first one. I just think the second one's better.
Can I get that in advance? Snance.
Bark, bark, bark.
Tell me we don't have any squirrels?
As good as Winter Soldier is.
I was repeating the YouTube poop of
as
Spider-Man
good as
2.
Winter Soldier is, it didn't make a YouTube poop as good as that Spider-Man 2.
Okay, here's the thing. Spider-Man 2, like, in all three of those Spider-Man movies, they're better than all the other Spider-Man movies because it's got the RoboCop thing. Like, there's memorable lines and there's memes about it all the time. There's like that sounds so stupid, but
no, I agree. I don't think all great movies fall under that category.
Oh, yeah,
I just think it is the sign of a good movie.
Yes.
A certain type of good movie. All right. Winter Soldier. Director Anthony and Joe Russo. Stunt coordinator Chad Stahelski. Music Henry Jackman. Music by Henry Jackman. The main cast: Chris Evans, Scarlett Johansson, Sebastian Stan, Anthony Mackie, and Robert Redford, who unfortunately
and George St. Pierre.
Who's that?
That's the guy. He fights at the beginning, the UFC star.
Right. Another action movie sequel, better than the first. This one, I think, like straight up, skipped that first Captain America movie.
Yeah, Captain America, at least for me, was always kind of a harder character to like or like connect with because he's kind of just like, it's like the Superman thing.
Yeah, it's a little too simple.
He's kind of like a blank sheet of white paper. Like he can be very bland.
Well, there are creative things that you can do with that concept of of a blank slate.
Yeah.
That's why like, oh my God, Zack Snyder's Superman is the worst thing ever because again, like you're taking a blank slate and instead of adding all this style and color on top of it, which is what you're like supposed to do with that character, they take it seriously.
Yeah,
they do
and
like
then it makes it like way more bland.
It makes it way stupider. Surface level and dumb. It's sorry, I just have a burning hatred in my heart for people that are like. Anyway,
for people that are what?
Cut that out. The music sounds like Call of Duty and really captures the tone of this movie.
Yes.
We put that against Spider-Man. This is hard.
I know this one's really hard.
Like, and I know that like you're thinking of all the superhero movies out there, but like we're talking about the first one to do this well, like the first one ever to do this well, or like the second one ever to do this well, like the peak of that era.
Spider-Man movies? Is that what you're saying?
No, like superhero movies.
Okay.
A lot of the sequences are constructed really well. Everything flows together, and the way everything is motivated in that is incredible. And I like that it doesn't have like 13 things that it also needs to connect to. I think a lot of Marvel movies nowadays get really bogged down in that. Like, oh, we have to use this to set up that. They get really like...
Winter Soldier didn't really do that, I feel like, though.
Not really. Not until like the end, I feel like.
Yeah, because they like gotta set up Civil War and all that.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I'm leaning just a little bit more towards Spider-Man 2 because it's less generic. Like Winter Soldier, as much as I like it, it was and still is like right in the middle of a bunch of movies that were kind of like it. It just so happened to be the best one for a while.
I think it's different than a lot of those other movies at that time, though. Of those other Marvel movies.
I agree. I think it did some stuff different, but it wasn't groundbreaking like Spider-Man 2. Like it wasn't that different. Spider-Man 2 was fucking different when it came out.
But does that make it a better movie if it's different at the time? Or like, is it a better movie right now?
That's a good point. Like I have a lot of respect for movies that contribute to the movement of art. Like, and Spider-Man 2 really did that. Like, regardless of, I mean, seriously, like, regardless of how you feel about Spider-Man 2, I know some people don't like Spider-Man 2. There are some things that are undeniable about Spider-Man 2 that will continue to have it be brought up in conversation.
I just
Again,
want to
we
say,
still
like, that elevator scene, come on, dude.
Yeah.
Like, and when he takes down the Quinjet in the fight with the knife where he drops it and he's like...
I think Winter Soldier is a tighter movie. It's way more consistent. But Spider-Man 2...
And the music is better.
There is not another movie like that's 100% like Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, 100%.
It is singular in its style. And that's why it takes the cake for me.
Yeah.
Dread versus The Matrix.
I think this one's also like, there's a clear winner here.
Well, let's start with Dread. Director, Pete Travis, only like notable movie he's made. But the writer is Alex Garland, who of course made Ex Machina, Annihilation, and Civil War. Like,
that's the writer of this movie?
yes, sir.
Holy shit.
The music is by Paul Leonard Morgan. It's another one that like it feels more wallpapery than I remember any specific like themes from it.
I like it.
The rest of the visual effects are done by Studio Prime Focus World, led by John Thumb, who also worked on The Matrix and Chamber of Secrets.
John Thumb.
Yeah. The most notable effect is that of the slow-mo drug and the slow motion photography that accompanies it.
I love the scene where Mama like gives the guy the slow-mo and then throws him off the side of, like, in the middle of the like complex, so then he falls in the middle, but it's slow-mo, so he's like falling super slow.
Yeah, so the photography looks amazing. I really love Carl Urban as Dredd, is like perfect casting. I can't imagine anyone else doing that well, especially like they did a Sylvester Stallone one in the 80s. I don't think I will ever watch that.
Oh, jeez, that's gotta be awful, dude.
I didn't write down the cast for this one.
Carl Urban and the blonde?
The best friend from Juno. Here's her name.
That just feels wrong.
As much as I like that movie, it does feel like the more I think about it, the more derivative it feels. Like you can really describe the whole movie by being like, okay, imagine if RoboCop was The Raid.
Yeah.
If you're in the mood for general escapist action movie, this is top dollar.
It's
Like,
a really fun one to like watch with the boys.
And then there was a movie that they made called The Matrix. Directed by Lana and Lily Wachowski. The VFX are John Gaeta. John
What?
Gaeta? Or Gaeta?
John Gaeta.
The stunt coordinator is also Chad Stileski. What else did he work on this list? Huh? The music is Don Davis. He didn't make much else of note that I could find. But when I went on his Wikipedia, this was his photo.
Honestly, like, if I was known for something, but people like didn't know my face, I would hope that'd be the only picture of me.
The main cast, Keanu Reeves, of course, Carrie Ann Moss, Lawrence Fishburne, and Hugo Weaving. The iconic bullet time effect was developed by Mannix Visual Effects. The effects team that included John Thumb was led by John Gaeta.
John Thumb and John Gaeta. What a team. What do I have to say about The Matrix? Keanu Reeves, he's an action star. I think he is what like people were trying to capture with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone. He seems like the most chillest.
Well, that's the thing is like, you can cast him in your movie and you're gonna get a performance if the character has the vibe of a surfer.
Yes!
That's why like, him in Point Break is like genius.
Yeah.
Like, it's up there with RoboCop, I think, in terms of how iconic it is. Like, regardless of whether or not you've seen The Matrix, you know, red pill versus blue pill.
You've seen the
I know
scene
Kung
of
Fu.
the bullet time scene.
Yeah.
Everyone's seen that.
It's one of the most iconic movies of all time.
The scene where also the like multiple camera thing where it's like.
Oh yeah, well
Those
that
are
is
really
bullet time, yeah.
Oh, that is bullet time. I thought that was on a different thing too.
No, so what bullet time means is like it's when the camera is moving as fast as a bullet.
Oh, I
Hence bullet.
see.
Every single scene is motivated so incredibly well. Like You know exactly. It's so abstract, but at the same time, you can completely understand what the film is saying.
This one's going to be hard to beat, I think.
Yeah, I mean, Dredd had to go up against something, and it unfortunately went up against the Matrix.
Yeah.
If this were an octagon fight, Dredd would have been in there, would have been practicing its punches, and then like the Matrix would have stepped in and just like crumpled him.
It would have been
crumpled him to the ground.
3 seconds in, run, jump, flying knee, boom.
Fury Road versus RoboCop.
This one's gonna be rough.
Yeah, this one is gonna be rough because I think we might genuinely disagree on this.
Yeah, I don't know though, because Fury Road is really, really good, and there's no other movie like it. The tone in that movie, it's very, very unique.
In terms of Fury Road versus RoboCop, I think RoboCop has a very expansive world too, though. It's just not
that's
as
true.
Post-apocalyptic.
But it is very like dystopian future type of.
That's really part of the themes of RoboCop, because the idea of RoboCop is like, it's kind of a criticism of the police in the military-industrial complex, with the whole pitching Ed 209, and they're like, oh, that fails, so we're gonna like get this guy to like, we're gonna make a RoboCop, and then hopefully if it does well, we'll be able to sell it to people. Like, it's all, that's why it focuses so much on those like businessmen.
Yeah.
And I think it does that incredibly well. I gotta puff my inhaler. What?
You're just like.
I'm trying to suck the albuterol into my chest.
It looks like you're trying to suck it into your eyeballs.
You know my pick.
I think I agree. RoboCop.
RoboCop. Now we got Spider-Man 2 versus The Matrix. This one's probably not going to be as tough.
Yeah. A superhero movie is. It can only be so good.
I think what Spider-Man 2 had going for it in the last round is its originality, and then The Matrix steps into the round.
Yeah.
It's like, we're talking about originality. What the hell was The Matrix?
Yeah.
Like, even though it does take inspiration from everything else, the sum of its parts is completely new.
The Matrix, it's kind of like he is the chosen one the whole time, where in Spider-Man, like, he's not the chosen one. Like, he is very much an everyday person, and he makes mistakes all the time. Like in Spider-Man 2, he just stops being Spider-Man at one point because he's just like is overwhelmed and he can't do it anymore.
The Matrix is more about like the truth. Like, are you someone that seeks the truth in everything that you do, or
are you someone who just like follows the path that everyone's, are you just following in line? There's that one guy too who like, and at a certain point you kind of understand his perspective, which sounds bad to say because he's a piece of shit. But the guy who like makes a deal with the computers.
He eats a sloppy steak.
Yeah, and he can go back into the Matrix and just like be a millionaire or whatever and have a good life.
That guy is the guy that kills the prostitute in The Sopranos. This is his name.
This is his face.
Yeah.
This is the prostitute he killed.
Something that I've always had a problem with in terms of Sam Raimi's movies is like those movies are written and directed by a white man, and you can tell.
Yeah, and he's got a boner the whole time.
Yeah.
I feel bad for
Kristen Dunst.
Yeah,
I do too.
Like, in the third movie especially, dude, like, oh my gosh.
I don't know how else to interpret her character other than like just a trial that Spider-Man has to overcome.
Yeah.
And then you compare her character to Trinity.
Oh man,
like,
dude.
Trinity, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
You see Trinity before you see Keanu Reeves in that.
Oh, really?
Yep. I love actually the beginning of The Matrix. It's one of my favorite beginnings because all it does is goes, okay, we're going to put a million questions in your head, and then over the course of the movie, we're going to answer each one of them. Because it starts and you're like, who the hell is this lady? Why is she on the phone? Why can she do crazy martial arts?
Yeah.
Like, who are these guys running after her? Why do they have like superhuman strength? I don't know. The Matrix.
I don't know. It's just kind of unrealistic. Just kidding.
Now, I love RoboCop. I love RoboCop. It's one of the best movies ever. It's one of my favorite movies ever, if not my favorite movie ever. It is a better movie than it is an action movie, because there is a lot of plot in that where people aren't fighting each other. And when my brain conjures up action movie, or rather, when I want to satisfy my hunger for an action movie, specifically, I go to The Matrix. If I'm just like, I want to throw on a movie that I love, I'll throw on RoboCop.
I think you could say that for a lot of different movies on this list when compared to RoboCop. You could say that about Fury Road. You could say that about A Winter Soldier. At least for me, like if you want to just put up a movie for the action, like.
But here's the problem. Up until this point, I don't think any of those, in terms of the script,
we're on
the filmmaking, were even close to RoboCop. I thought RoboCop was so fun and inventive and original and iconic. I agree, a lot of those are maybe better examples of action movies, better examples of action, not better examples of movies. And that aspect boosted RoboCop up. Here, I think The Matrix, while it's not as critical, does have some really interesting themes and a really tight script.
If you're talking about action movie, like it is the best filmed action movie ever.
We didn't even talk about like
time,
the fits in that movie.
Oh, dude, yeah. All black too. Yeah, it's so sick.
It's so
and they're
tight.
up against like people in suits. Like
I think that movie just aged like wine, where they were like, oh, this seems kind of hokey, but then that became why it was good and memorable. And I don't know, that's the Wachowskis. Like I'm a huge fan of the Wachowski sisters. I even like that Speed Racer movie. It is bizarre.
That's the same.
It's the same people.
Whoa.
I like it. The transitions, like I don't know.
It's like that one episode of Smiling Friends where they're in the
Spamtopia.
Yeah, it's like Spamtopia.
It's like that one episode of Pokemon.
What?
There was an episode of Pokemon that they released that like one of the characters had this attack that would make the screen flash blue and red in quick succession that melted epileptic people's brains.
My gosh.
So they pulled it. You can't see it anymore.
Wow. That clip is right here. That clip is right here. It's right here.
Better movie, RoboCop. Better action movie, The Matrix. Do your other arm.
But I like two more right arms.
Yeah, but it's not symmetrical.
It doesn't have to be.
Point directly at the camera with your left.
It's wabi-sabi.
That's fine. Thank you so very much for watching, and stay tuned for more video content.
Read your book. Is GIMP a bad word?
It doesn't feel good.
Okay, well, cut that.